I'm here with Billy with KainBuilt. He is a roofer coming from the roofing industry, and he solves problems for the roofing industry, whether that be for the roofers, for safety, you said, speed, and there was another one. Speed,
safer, faster, easier.
Safer, faster, easier. All three very important things. And then ultimately also for saving homeowners money on the longevity of their roof. So KainBuilt, Billy here came up with this amazing product called EraserSpacer. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about why you came up with it and what it does for homeowners? Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Well, you know, in the roofing industry that we're in, I've seen a big problem evolve. I've been roofing for almost 40 years. And I don't know, 20 or 30 years ago, roofing manufacturers introduced fillers to shingles, which the filler that they use is limestone. And they kind of inadvertently create a problem because limestone is a food source for algae. Algae loves it. So when they started introducing the limestone, they inadvertently created a problem with these black streaks that form on roofs. And so we see that a lot down south, and that's why I invented the product. I figured out a way to naturally kill algae spores and to get them off your roof. And we do that by the concealment of a biocidal source. That biocidal source is copper.
So now the cool thing is this product has the copper, but it's actually intelligently hidden. And kind of, I was looking at your little sample there. The copper is actually underneath, and I'll show you guys a video about it in a little bit, but it's hidden underneath. Then you have the shingles adhere to the top of it, and it allows the water to ultimately go through the copper, right?
Over top of the copper.
And then
it goes under the shingle and over the copper simultaneously at the same time.
So you're washing the entire thing with copper.
Yeah, so what happens is when the water interacts with the copper, it creates what's called copper sulfate. And it basically gently flows down the whole roof, coats the whole roof. And then as the water begins to evaporate off the roof, the concentration level of copper, Cu2, gets higher till it gets to a lethal dose and kills the algae.
So like we're from the Midwest in the Chicago area, we have tons of algae, and a lot of times you see like old roofs that are beat to death, and they probably have a lot more life out of them had they had either more copper in the granules, right? Because that's typically what you're seeing. But you mentioned something earlier that a lot of them have limestone in it, and that's what's eating away at the shingle, or how does that work?
No, the limestone is just a food source.
Okay.
So the algae migrate because it's a buffet. So, you know, when you see these black streaks on your roof, they're really columns of algae, and they're there as a buffet. They invite all the friends over. I mean, they're having a party, man, on your roof, right?
Right.
So we want to bust the party up. And so how do we do it? The EraserSpacer, instead of us spraying harmful chemicals or bleach on the roof, we've got a way to do it naturally, and customers really appreciate that. And we also found that when copper, when the Cu2 molecule bonds to the asphalt molecule, it can literally extend the life of the roof as well because it slows down the oxidation process. So just a great product. Check it out.
Yeah.
And
so one more thing, Billy, how does this get installed? Because obviously we want to increase the longevity of the roof, and obviously not at a crazy increased price. How do we install this to ensure that it's going to do that? Like, because I was looking at your sample over there. Mind if I grab this real quick?
Yeah, man, help yourself. Pick up both pieces, yeah.
So how does this work? So just so people can actually see,
get
an idea.
We're seeing a piece here. This is already installed. The idea is that we don't change the appearance of the roof.
Sure.
That's the magic behind it. But let me show you here, just so that people are watching can see. What we do is take a razor knife and score this shingle. This whole course of shingles all the way across the roof. We would just score that with the razor knife. We'd then slide a flat bar under it and take it loose. Okay. After that shingle's removed, we would install this copper strip there and slide it up about a ½ inch underneath that shingle. Okay. Just let it set there. So now you see the water's running over top of the copper.
Right, and this would be unsightly if you just left it like this. So
if you left it like this, man, it would be like a gold tooth sticking out on your roof, right?
It'd work, but it would look pretty.
It would work, but you know,
it wouldn't look pretty.
You be the judge. And so after that, we're going to put the EraserSpacer panel here. Okay. And as you can see, the water's coming in at the top. It's flowing. Now it's flowing over the copper. Yep. And it's coming out the bottom, and we only have a ½ inch gap here, so it just looks like a shadow line on the roof. Yep. After this is on, it's pre-drilled with grommets at the bottom so it won't leak. Okay. You see the grommets
Yep.
that are pressed in. So when you screw it down, it compresses that grommet. And then we put Lexel sealant on this, which literally bonds to the ABS and the asphalt. And we're done.
It's a truly impressive product. We need more inventors like you for the roofing industry. I feel like finally the roofing industry is moving in the right direction where there's a lot of changes that are good for the consumer, but good also for the contractor.
Yeah.
So appreciate you showing us this. Can't wait to look at your other products you have to offer as well.
Thanks for stopping
Thank you.
by, man.